Hello, everybody. I'm going to try the recording thing again. I'm doing the PowerPoints for Chapter 3. If you look at the objectives for Chapter 3, you will notice that we're working with statements. So the first important thing to remember is, what is a statement? A statement is a sentence that is either true or false, but not both simultaneously. So you could say, London is the capital of England is a statement. Or William Shakespeare wrote the television series Modern Family. Those are statements. Commands, questions, opinions are not statements because they're neither true nor false. If I say the Titanic is the greatest movie of all time, that's an opinion. If I say read chapter 3, that's an order or a command. That's neither true nor false. If I ask you a question, if I start losing my memory, how will I know? That's neither true nor false. A statement is a sentence that's either true or false, but not both. We're getting into an area called logic, and when we do logic, we use lowercase letters to represent statements. Typically, in logic, we use P, Q, R, and S to represent statements. Here's an example. I could say the statement P is London is the capital of England, and I could say Q is that William Shakespeare wrote Modern Family. The letter P represents the first statement, and Q represents the second statement. Now, the negation of a statement, the negation of a true statement is false, and likewise, the negation of a false statement is true. If you're in the support class, your assignment for this week is to do a post where you make a statement. Maybe I say, my eyes are blue. And then somebody has to make the negation of that statement. Mrs. King's eyes are not blue. So a statement, the negation of a statement is the opposite of the meaning. So for example, if I say this statement, A is Shakespeare wrote the television series Modern Family, the negation is Shakespeare did not write the television series Modern Family. And while the original statement that Shakespeare wrote the television series Modern Family is false, if I say Shakespeare did not write the television series Modern Family, well, that is actually a true statement because he didn't write it. For example, if I say today is not Monday, the negation of that statement could be it is not true that today is not Monday. That seems rather awkward. I could say today is Monday. The negation of a not is an is. Now, when we want to express a negation of a statement, we use if you see this on the graphic, we use the tilde symbol, the little wavy line, if that's called a tilde, we use that symbol in front of the P, and that means not P. And likewise, the tilde in front of the Q means not Q. Now, in logic, we have quantifiers, and the quantifiers are the words all, some, or no, or none. So a statement that has a quantifier is like all poets are writers. Some people are bigots. No math books have pictures. Some students do not work hard. These statements all have a quantifier, the word all, some, or none in front of it. Now, if you look at this chart, which this chart is something you want to study, if I have the statement all A are B, all poets are writers, then that's the same statement would be there are no A that are not B. There are no poets that are not writers. And then if I look at the statement some A are B, if I say some dogs are poodles, so that means there exists at least one dog that's a poodle. If I say no A are B, no fruits are meat. So all fruits are not meat is another way to think of that. Some A are not B. If I say some people are not from West Virginia, that means there's people that are from other places. So study that chart and understand what the equivalent statements are. Now, how do you negate a quantified statement? You know how to negate a statement. If I say the sky is blue, you negate that by saying the sky is not blue. But how do you negate quantified statements? Well, please study this graphic. The negation of all A are B is some A are not B. So if I say all poets are writers, the negation of that would be some poets are not writers. Now, the negation of some A are B, like the negation, some people live in West Virginia, the negation of that would be no people live in West Virginia. So study the negation of quantifiers. Negating a quantified statement. A mechanic told me all piston rings were replaced. I later learned that the mechanic never tells the truth. What can I conclude? Well, the negation of all is some. So some, if we start with the statement all piston rings were replaced, because the mechanic never tells the truth, I can conclude the negation of the statement was that some piston rings were not replaced. Some piston rings were not replaced. And I can also conclude that at least one piston ring was not replaced. So the negation of all something is at least one is not that something. So if I say, all cats have hair, there's at least, but if I say there's at least one cat that doesn't have hair, the Manx cat, this hairless cat, is out there. So you can look at